August 4th, 2016. Probably guess where I'm staying tonight. As I was kind of thinking last night, I've decided to spend the night at the airport. And I'm in Terminal 1, which is the older of the two terminals. It's probably nearly 11 o'clock at night. It's been a different day than I possibly had anticipated when I woke up this morning. I didn't even leave I want to call it like a bed and breakfast, because it wasn't a hotel, and it was more like it was a private home. So I was staying in a private home, but it had several rooms to it. Anyway, so I left there around maybe 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and then I took the train into the city centre of Dublin. And it was still cold and wet, and just being in Dublin, like that city, it's just the buildings, everything about it, aside from the people, was just as grey and dark as the clouds above it. And I felt as though I needed to do sort of justice to it. So I went around and I walked around a fair bit of the city, the central city, all along the river. I went to St. Patrick's Church Cathedral, and went inside there. I went to Christchurch Cathedral as well. And where else did I go? Oh, the Temple Bar area, Trinity College, University, where the Book of Kells is. I didn't actually see the Book of Kells, but I was at the same place. And then, where else? I'm sure I went somewhere. Oh, the statue, the monument for Oscar Wilde in one of the bigger parks of the city. I checked out that. And then just lots of little streets and alleyways and things all around the city. But it was still, it was cold and So I went to the bus station and caught a bus to Northern Ireland, to Belfast, which there were several reasons why I decided to do that. One was the fact that I really didn't want to spend 10 hours in Dublin before coming here to the airport. I thought there was probably better use of my time. And the other one was because the cost of catching an intercity bus to Belfast and then returning to Dublin, but it dropped me back here at the airport rather than going all the way back into Dublin, was not that much more than just a one-way ticket to the airport from Dublin. So it was hardly like a huge big cost increase to be able to go to Belfast. So that I did. I was on a 3 o'clock bus out to Belfast, and then walked around Belfast and decided that, so Belfast was sunny and beautiful and gorgeous today, still pretty cold compared to most of the other places I've been on this trip, but at least it was sunny, and in the sun I'm warm and happy. So for that, it was infinitely better. And it really, it's so much newer. The buildings are newer. It seems like a bigger city. I probably don't think it is a bigger city, but it feels like it when you're actually in the city center. It had a much better vibe to it. Possibly because it was so sunny and everybody was out enjoying the sun and laying in the grass and all that sort of stuff. But I enjoyed Belfast a lot more than I did Dublin, for sure. And then I hopped back on the bus, and then so it took me out here to the airport, and then that was at about maybe an hour and a half ago. I'm not sure what I've done for an hour and a half. I did some pasta. That was about it. But anyway, so here I am. The flight doesn't leave for another 10 hours, but to make it a little bit better in my head, boarding in 9 hours. Boarding in 9 hours. What I'm hoping to do is to get up in about 6 hours and go to, they have the airline lounges open. It's at quarter to 5, yeah, 4:45 I think they open, and one of them, I've heard rumors, again it all seems to be very much rumors with things at airports, but I believe it has a shower, but you have to go through security, and I don't have a boarding pass, so I have to wait until WestJet opens up and gives me my boarding pass, and then I can go through and hopefully so I'm in Terminal 1, and the showers are in Terminal 2, and again I've heard rumors that there's some sort of airside link between the two, so if I can, I will hopefully get myself organized enough to have a shower before I get on that plane. Otherwise, I don't know, I'll have to do some research if there's showers in Toronto, or St. John's, or Calgary, all these places that I am very much hoping to see tomorrow on my way to Victoria. I don't think there's anything else really to say. I had all these little random thoughts when I was on the bus that I thought, oh, I should probably talk about those when I'm doing the blog post tonight, but they all seem to have escaped, as things often do from my head at 11 o'clock when I just kind of want to go to bed. I wish I could offer up something more than Dublin was a little bit craptastic and Belfast was the place to be. No, really, that's all I've got. I think probably the next video blog post might be from, I don't know, but probably from another airport is what I'm guessing. I'm thinking it's a very strong likelihood that I will be here tomorrow, hopefully at a different airport, but still in an airport. So on that note, I have a very exciting many hours ahead of me flying and hanging out in airports and waiting to fly and such over the next day-ish before I get to Victoria, which is the next destination. I think there should be plenty of Wi-Fi between here and there, so we'll see what happens. Alright, I'm hoping for a very restful night. Good night.